Hi, I'm Clay Carlino, and I'm really not an auto mechanic. It's just my luck that I end up doing a lot of videos about fixing my vehicles. And this is another one. I've got to get the truck inspected, and it's got a hole in the frame.
There it is. That is a hole in the frame. I have already sanded this down to bare metal so that I'll have a nice surface to weld to. And the way that I did that was by using an angle grinder with a wire wheel. So I'm going to cut out a new piece of metal and I'm going to weld it over top of this hole. Rather than just start randomly cutting out pieces of metal to try and weld into place here, I've decided to cut out a template. And as you can see, I made the template much larger than the hole. That way I'm not only covering the hole, but I'm also covering the thin spots in the frame of the truck. That'll make it much easier to weld, knowing that I'm welding to solid metal rather than stuff that's so thin that it blows through. Alright, there's my tracing. Now to start cutting. Great. There's my piece of metal. There's my template. It's not bad. Unfortunately, this is all a convex shape, so I'm going to have to bend this piece of metal before it's going to fit into place. All right. Wow. That's perfect. Before I go ahead and weld the entire piece, I'm just going to do some little spot welds to hold it securely in place. Now that I've got the piece securely held in place, I'm going to do a little fine tuning with a hammer and a punch. Now it's just a simple matter of welding a bead along the edges of the piece, and as I go along I may hit it with the hammer a few more times in the places where it wants to bow out away from the frame. So you can see it's welded all the way around. Now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to hit it with the wire brush. And then after this, I'm going to spray it with a little bit of rust reformer and some rust preventative paint. And that's going to be awesome. So now I'll spray on rust reformer. Now that the rust reformer has had a chance to dry, I'll hit it with some rust preventative paint. So that's it. That is how I patched a hole in the frame of my truck by cutting out a piece of metal and welding it and then protecting it with rust preventative paint. So if you like this video or you like any of my other videos, please feel free to subscribe. Click the thumbs up button. Other than that, fixing a hole in your frame. Yay!